Hi guys, been a long time since I filmed video, but today is the 1st December, so that means it is time for another round of Vlogmas. I will be doing Vlogmas this year and hopefully I will be achieving it much more successfully than the last couple of times I have tried Vlogmas. And we will see how it goes. Currently I am in the car. I'm about to leave uni. I would have vlogged earlier on, but I was really running late for my 9 AM lecture. So I am now on my way back, and I will vlog for the rest of today. The first thing that I have to note as being important today is that I have somehow managed to absolutely forget a couple of important things to do with my car, i.e. tax my car, and then I've proceeded to drive to uni, so that's a little bad. I will probably edit this out because it's bad enough that I can be majorly fined. So that's the first thing that's gone on with me today. Another one of those things that simply there is so much going on. I have to update you on a lot of things that have happened. First of all, what has happened is I have dyed my hair. It is now pink, as you can see. It is not blue anymore. Another update that I will have to tell you is that I have got my tongue pierced again. And I say again because I did have it pierced before. It was pierced when I was maybe 15, like really young, and I didn't have it for very long because obviously it wasn't allowed and I got made to take it out. But I had it redone as a spur of the moment thing the other day, and what happened basically was I was having my dyslexia assessment with the educational psychologist at uni, and basically after that assessment I was in the car on the way home and I was kind of thinking about all of the things that I used to do to concentrate in like my GCSEs and A-levels. And the first thing that came to my head, funnily enough, was how when I was in my GCSEs, which was when I had my tongue done, 15, 16 age, in like my mock exams, I'm not sure I still had it done in my real exam, but in my mock exams, I used to run the piercing across my teeth, like that, but like in my mouth, like when I was thinking. And I kind of feel like that obviously was something I used to do when I was concentrating. Not that helped me concentrate, but something I would do when I was concentrating, which I'm not sure if it was helpful or not, but it was definitely fun. And it was one of those things, it's like when you tap the table with your pen. Everyone else absolutely hates you for it, but you kind of like, you get in your rhythm and do it. It was one of those things, and one thought process led to another, and I am a spur of the moment type of person, and I ended up going and getting my tongue re-pierced, all on the basis of the fact that I know that I used to drag it across my teeth when I was younger. So that's me in a nutshell. A bit of a fucking do now, think later kind of girl, but I don't mind. I don't deem it to be a bad decision because I'm 19, I'm at uni. People often say to me, don't you worry that like you getting piercings and dyeing your hair and all of that kind of thing is going to harm your job prospects? And I think, well, yes, because we are unfortunately in a society where those kind of things do harm your job prospects, but I have 3 years ahead of me of a degree where I might have internships and placements but no career moves until I've actually graduated. So I kind of feel like because of that I can be free for now, but I also feel and hope that by the time I actually get to graduate, I hope that our society will have moved on enough that things like tattoos, piercings, eccentric hair colours and that kind of thing won't affect your actual job prospects. Because to be honest, like when you go to an interview, yes, you get judged before you even open your mouth. You get judged, and I understand that completely. But you also have to understand that that it doesn't actually mean that that person is not skilled. It doesn't mean that that person is not right for a job, or it doesn't mean like it just doesn't. It doesn't. It shouldn't make you think differently of a person or think that they are a certain way because of what they look like when they may not be that. But obviously it's within our nature to judge people. We are animals. We like to think of ourselves as a higher being, but at the end of the day we are animals, and animals are designed in nature to be wary of things that aren't like them, aren't like themselves. So excuse me, we judge people when we see them. This is especially prevalent in children, actually, because obviously they're more vulnerable, and that's why children bully. We judge people when we see them because we need to know that they're the same as us, and if they're the same as us, we are safe. There isn't a danger. If they are different from us, and they don't hold the same values, or they appear different, they might be dangerous, and that's just something that has rolled over from our wild ancestors, basically. So as much as we like to think of ourselves as intelligent higher beings, which in many ways we are, we have to acknowledge that there are some factors within us that aren't that way. So, to cut to the chase, yes, I think if I went to try and get a career now, it would harm my job prospects, but I also feel like it's definitely not something I'm going to worry about while I'm in uni at all, because they're all things that can be kind of, if I really need to, like, fix them, like, not like they're broken, but I can change it if I feel like I should do. But I'm hoping that I won't have to do that. So that's an update on that. I've got a new piercing. I've changed the colour of my hair. Other updates are such that my workload at uni has just become a little bit much, as I'm sure you can imagine. A lot has started happening. Oh, it's bright. Shit. A lot has started happening all of a sudden. I have a lot of things going on the go. At the very beginning, we kind of had one thing at a time, but now it is really not like that. We have a lot of things going on at once. At the moment, I have just been given the brief for a sexual abuse and a sexual violence awareness campaign, which is a live brief that all of the first year Part A graphic students are undertaking, and it is for the uni, and as many as possible of the actual good posters or whatever product you decide to produce to raise awareness will be actually put into action by the uni and be facilitated, which I think is fantastic. And I also have an essay that I'm currently trying to write. That is a comparative analysis of two drawings from two different centuries. And I have a couple of briefs from a few weeks ago that I either haven't done or haven't finished, and that kind of thing, just to fill any gaps, plot holes, like whatever, where I've missed things that need to be done. And I have it's called an academic guidance workbook, and that's for a part of a module, and that's a bit of a pain in the arse, because it wasn't until after I missed the majority of the lectures that the booklet said to pass the module you have to write 200 words about all of the lectures and what you took out of them. And I was looking at the booklet thinking, fuck, what am I going to do? Like I've only been to 4, so you know, that's that. I kind of blagged my way through that and hope it's enough. So that's my updates. I haven't really got much going on at the moment. Actually, no, that is a complete lie. I do have something interesting going on in my life at the moment, but it is a bit nerdy, and a lot of you are going to be like, oh, for God's sake, like another one. Back in 2013, I was part of the cadets in Eastleigh, 1216, big them up. And as being part of Hanson Isle of Wight Wing, we took part in Wing Activities Day, and there are a lot of things that go on in that, a lot of things that are more pressure than others, definitely, but one of the things was the aero modelling, which is where you can buy the modelling kits where you build scale models of aircraft and all of that kind of thing. And I inquired into the rules, and in 2013 look at the rules, and the rules for the open category, which is a model of your choice. Basically they have categories of what type of aircraft you should build, and in the open category there are still specifications, but obviously you can choose what you build. And I said to the OC of the squadron, I said, can I build a starship? And he said, why would you want to build a starship when we are the air cadets and we build aircraft? And I said, because although it isn't a real aircraft, it is fictional, and it is from the future, or the proposed future, from one multiverse. We have to bear in mind that it is actually still a piece of technical engineering that, if it was real, would be a fantastic aircraft, if you could call it aircraft. And we talked about it, and we looked into the rules, and the rules actually didn't say anything like that could be allowed. So I built the USS Enterprise from Star Trek, and the model I built was a rather large scale model of the new Enterprise from the 2009 films with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto in, and I built that. So basically, over recent months, I've got back into Star Trek a lot, and it just so happens that obviously this year is the 50th anniversary of Star Trek being created, which I think is really cool. And I decided that although I've seen all of the original series and the films up until the 6th film, I decided that I wanted to own them, so I bought them all. And sorry, I always find, just give me 1 second, just sorry about that. I just always seem to find that driving out of Loughborough and driving into Loughborough from my house, from home, along the M1, it always feels like I'm having my ears popped, like there's a pressure difference. It's really bizarre. Anyway, I was talking about the Enterprise. So I decided to own the actual cinematic collection. I opted, because of my preferences, I actually did not want to own The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine and the like. I decided only to go for the original series, the ones with the characters of Kirk and Spock and Uhura, etc. I didn't want to go with the ones with like Jean-Luc card in it, etc. So I own those, and when I bought them, I kind of decided actually I would build the Enterprise again, because I never got that, somehow I never got that model back. Well, I did get it back, but it was never completed to a satisfactory level. But that was like when I was, you know, 16. It was 2013 that I did it. I was quite young, and I didn't really have any skills at that kind of thing back then. And it's the kind of thing that I've got a lot better at recently with doing this art degree and all of that. So I decided I would buy it again and build it again. But in the process of looking on Amazon to buy it, I actually found, because of the 50th anniversary, Revel, the people who make, one of the companies, large companies who make like the Airfix, those kind of things, they made a kit box that had the original series from 1966, the original Enterprise model, and also in the same box was the new model, which is the one I've already built before, and they came together in the same box with the stamp, which is the 50th anniversary stamp, and that same sticker came on all of my DVDs and stuff when I ordered them. Although they're the same DVDs you would order normally, because of the 50th anniversary, and I bought them this year, they've all been had a sticker put on them, which I think is really cool. And the box with the kits came with that as well. And I thought, absolutely incredible that I can now build both the Enterprises I know, like the one that like I know as being so like familiar, like the original series one, but then also the really nice, like technologically produced, the CGI Enterprise from the newer films as well. And I think that is all like coming like together really nicely. So far I have built the original series Enterprise, the basic, the first ever one. Apart from I haven't placed the decals yet, and that's because I don't have any of the clear shit to go over the top. And you can easily stick them without that, but it just doesn't, like, they have a tendency to peel and that kind of thing if you don't like glaze them with the decal stuff. So I haven't got any of that at the moment, but I'm going to pick some up and then I'll put the decals on. And I have, but other than that, it's built and painted, and well, painted then built. And it's really cool. The only thing I would say about it though that I've had problems with is I basically put some battery powered fairy lights into it that I got from IKEA, but these fairy lights have been in a bottle as a decoration for quite a while, but the bottle had these like silicone things in, and they're you know, the things that have exactly the same density as water, so when you put them in water they disappear, they're invisible. I had those, but because they are absorbent and they stay big because they're full of water, the bottle inside was damp, and because it was damp inside the bottle, it meant that the battery things had eroded. Like the plates that the wiring had been soldered onto had like eroded. So when I fed all the lights into the Enterprise, so that when you turn them on, all the windows, all the clear pieces had been lit up. It was fine because I fed it in from the top end, like the end with the last light on it first, all the way through, and coming out the base was the thing. But in order to put the base on, I needed to put the battery bank through the bottom of the base. But I couldn't do that without taking the battery, the plates, etc., the actual switch, the circuiting, out. And that bit was tiny, and then just taking the battery set bit and feeding it through and then reattaching it, and then it would be there. But when I opened the whole battery compartment and took one, I hadn't even done anything technical yet, all I did was take one battery out and the whole thing pinged apart, exploded. And I was thinking, right, well that's obviously just because I've ruined them from keeping them in a decorative, well, in the decorative bottle where it was damp, basically. And that's ruined them. So all I need to do is go to IKEA and buy the same lights again and cut the end off so that I can wire them up to the lights that are already in the Enterprise, because I can't just put a new set of lights in there because they've been built like into the model, like they are inside. They're stuck in there, and I can't remove them, and the only way I can remove them is to take the parts of the Enterprise apart. But if I do that, there is a likelihood it will break, because the glue that comes with that thing, like the kind of the contactor, Rebel contactor modelling glue, is really good, like really good glue. Like I would say it's better than super glue at everything. Like it's good glue, but it means that obviously I can't disassemble it. So I'm gonna have to buy some more lights, and I also have to go and buy some more lights anyway, because obviously those lights that I had, that I used, originally had another purpose, and that's why I owned them. But I need to buy another set anyway, because of the big Enterprise I'm going to build also need lights. So that's that one. Yeah, so that's the Enterprise Star Trek enthusiasm. Along with the Star Trek enthusiasm, I bought a Haynes manual. And a Haynes manual traditionally is a book. They all look the same at the front, and they are the outline of your car. They're car manuals, and they basically outline all the technical shit going on with a car. And I bought a Haynes manual, surprise surprise, for the USS Enterprise, just because I thought it was really cool. And just quite interesting, some of the theories in there, because although a lot of the technology spoken about in terms of the mechanics of the Enterprise can actually be done, there is some stuff that clearly can't be done, and it's really interesting to see how the people who wrote it decided to kind of make a way of interpreting it so that it sounds like a real technology in the book, and I find that quite interesting as well. But other than that, really nothing else has been going on. I've kind of just been doing my work and doing nothing a lot of the time. The only other exciting thing that might have occurred is that we got our wallpaper up in the living room finally done, so that finally the living room is completed, and we're now only needing to decorate the hallway upstairs and the bedroom upstairs, and then the whole house has been done, which is fantastic. So that's that, basically. I can update you with anything else, but right now I'm just gonna drive home, finish driving home, and the actual vlog, if you've seen this far, the actual vlog starts kind of now. Up until now was like me updating you on why the hell I've not been around for ages and what I've been doing in that time. But actually now starts the vlog, where we can share what I'm doing for 25 days. So yeah, I will let you know when I'm home, what I'm doing. I will speak to you in a bit. I am currently on my way I'm about to leave to go to Sainsbury's because I don't have any printing ink and I need to print some work off. That's fairly important. And I'm actually just gonna, bear with me a sec, I'm just gonna rotate this because, ooh, okay, that's better. Definitely better. Okay, sorry about that. It was just that I was like really far over here. So now I feel like I'm more central. Okay, I'm gonna go and get the printing ink. So essentially, the reason I didn't end the vlog properly last night was a lot of stuff then occurred. So after I got home, it transpired that I wanted to go to IKEA to get some stuff sorted out for the enterprise that I built. Basically, when I built it, I installed fairy lights, battery operated ones, so that when you turned it on, all of the clear pieces would light up like actual window lights. But in doing so, the actual battery area broke, but once it was built, they were built in, and I couldn't really unbuild them in. So I went and bought another set of the same lights, and James basically wired them in for me, which was perfect of him. And I also bought some shelving and stuff for his office, which will be nice. And then I proceeded, when we got home, to dismember my desk, because it's a desk with one of those back bits. In the back bit it's got like shelving and all of that kind of thing in it. So I ended up thinking, well, it looks very dark and black right now, and I basically, on the shelving, not the centre part where there is the monitor, but only in the shelving area, I ended up cutting the back panel off, and this meant that you can see the wall behind basically, and it meant it was less of a dark area, because it's a really large piece of black furniture, because all the furniture we have is like the black brown colour from IKEA, and it's really lovely, but that unit itself is actually really big, and now that it's got the light, the all the way through either side, it actually makes everything a bit more roomy. And then that didn't end until bedtime, so I ended up then going to bed and not ending the vlog, but today I have just a few bits to do basically, but nothing drastic and nothing that I can't talk to you while I'm doing. So I have got to get the ink, which I am currently doing. It's a keep clear, so go. Sorry, just letting someone out. So I am going to get the ink from Sainsbury's, and I'm potentially going to get myself some food, but I'm not sure what. And then there is the likelihood that I've got work to do and I will procrastinate, so I will let you know with what activity I've decided to procrastinate, and update you on that as that goes. I'm really good at procrastinating. Yeah, I've got to actually, one of the reasons I've got to get printer ink is because I got an adapter thing through Amazon that's an Apple adapter that's not quite right for what I need it for, so I've gone on there and bought the correct one, and I've got to get the printing label thing so that I can, yeah. But also because I have a couple of documents I need to print that I didn't manage to print last night that I was trying to print off, but I couldn't get off because I've got the colours, but not the black isn't so happy at the moment. So, you know. Yeah, that's that basically. I have just made the final arrangements to be going home for Christmas, and all of that, so that's very exciting. I now actually have to, for real, think about shopping because I never really think about the Christmas shopping or what I'm going to get anyone, but I've actually been kindly helped out with what to get, so that's always good. And actually a couple of those things I can probably get while I'm in Sainsbury's, so I'm going to do that. Ding ding! That's a 2-in-1. It means that I can relax about those people that I'm not really sure what to get for. So yeah. There is a queue. I'm stuck in a queue. I do not like being stuck in a queue. It's very undesirable. So, you know. The other thing that's really bugging me is I'm currently vlogging on my iPhone. I decided that was the easier way to do it, and one of the reasons that my Vlogmas and my general daily vlogs that I don't do daily but vlogs on my channel were not as successful is because I was attempting to actually do them with a DSLR, and that's because I didn't actually have a more compact camera at hand. But I have actually kind of decided that the video and audio quality from my iPhone is sufficient, not great and not ideal, but definitely sufficient enough that I can 100% get away with using them to vlog, as other YouTubers actually do, so it's not a problem. I have I'm using my phone, but the one thing that's bugging me right now is because I flipped the camera over and I'd already started recording, all of the time information is at the bottom, because obviously once you start recording it's going to record in that profile, and if you move it around then it will, when you play it upright, I'm going to be upside down for the whole of this, so I'm going to have to fix that in editing, yay! But that's fine, we can deal with that. It's just the fact that I keep wanting to look at how many minutes I've recorded for, and I can't fucking tell. So, that's good. Good information. Just because I just can't tell how many minutes I've recorded for, because it's upside down, and I know that it only lets me record for a certain amount of time before it will stop, and hopefully I notice that it's stopped and don't just keep on talking, because if I do just keep on talking then I'm not going to know where it stopped and where all of the chunk of things I've missed. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't feel like any of the words I just said made any sense in English. Ugh. So, we're now approaching the Snosberries. Oh crikey, another queue. I might actually briefly go in to a couple of the other shops as well, because, you know. It's good practice. To briefly go in some of the other shops. I just have to say, as much as we are one of the best, like, driving countries. Like, everyone drives. When we think someone on the road is rude here, like, we don't even know what road rage is comparatively to places like India. Like, I've been to India, and the roads there are absolutely terrifying. But as an English person driving in England, I do have to say that people's roundabout etiquette is very poor today, which has got to be a bit upset, but other than that, I'm sure I can cope with life in general. I don't want to stop in that bay. Everyone is searching for a parking space, which is a little bit interesting. Hate finding somewhere to park, because you drive all the way around and you see loads of places, especially when you see places to park and you're like, oh yeah, there are places there, but I'm not sure I like there. And then you keep going, but because you've kept going, there aren't any more spaces, and you end up in a position where you probably have to go back. And I hate that realisation that you're going to have to go back, because it makes you feel like an absolute idiot. And I'm still doing it. I'm still looking at spaces and turning my nose up at them. And it's probably because I'm not sure, actually. Aha! I have found the one. Oh my god, I can drive all the way through. How fantastic is that? How absolutely. I'm gonna just sit here for a second, because I'm sure when they're done I can just drive straight through. People are really rude. This poor guy is trying to reverse in front of me out of this parking space. And that girl just gave me the worst look because she was behind him waiting for a space, and I drove straight into it from behind. That is the cruel world of Sainsbury's car park. So I am going to go in there and I'm going to get some ink. Okay guys, I'm inside now, and I just wanted to point out that the Epson strawberry stuff, which is for my printer, for all 4 ink cartridges, which have, by the way, I've just only bought and have barely lasted me any time, so expensive, like really expensive. I only need like 1 black one now, but I might get 2 because it ran out so quickly. But it's just the fact that it was so expensive. Like, I mean, come on now. Like, I should really look at getting those recycled cartridges, but I always kind of worry about like whether the printing heads will like them and all that. But I really think I should, because I print quite a lot, and as much as possible all of the really heavy duty printing I try and do at uni, but sometimes that isn't possible if I've left stuff too late and stuff, and I need to print it and get it in my sketchbook and things. So it's a little bit annoying that it costs so much, but I suppose that's just how that kind of thing is. So I'm just gonna carry on and see. I'm gonna definitely get these 2, and I will see if I can find those couple of bits that I said before that I was gonna get. So I ended up deciding to stop in the Starbucks that is attached to Sainsbury's. I ended up, in the end, I got the 2 ink cartridges for the printer. I got myself a new notepad. I also got the present for John, I got a present. I got wrapping paper, and I got James a jumper that's got a more festive pattern on the winter, because he actually only has one woolen jumper, and I think they really suit him, but he only has the one, so it doesn't get worn very often or for very long. So I got him another one, and it's not a present as such because it's not for Christmas, but it's for him to wear over the seasonal period. I have got on my Starbucks order, I got 2 peach tea lemonades, iced tea things. I got an eggnog latte, and I also got a mushroom thing, croissant thing, which I'm hoping is going to be really nice. And I'm just, these 2 lemonades obviously for me to take away with me, and the other bits are for me to have here, and then I'm going to go home. Hello friends, I have since been home and been back.
Sell stuff I'm after. What are you after?
Been home and been back, and I was trying to sort out my Starbucks card situation because I have a gold Starbucks account on my phone, and I had a card attached to that, a loyalty card, but it turned out that that was a mobile only, and I would actually quite like to have a physical card, and I got confused because I have once owned a physical card, but it turned out that it wasn't the same as the digital card I have now. Basically, what I am going to do is I'm going to remove that card from my account because I only had, it had no money on it anyway, so I wasn't going to lose anything, and I didn't need anything to be transferred. I'm just going to go and get oh, this thing is falling over. I'm just going to go and get a physical card now and add that to my account, and I'll activate it with the £5 and whatever you need to do, blah blah. So that's why I'm in the car again. Surprise, surprise. Do you know, it's a bloody good thing I really enjoy driving, isn't it? Because I'm constantly in the car. I'm never not in the car. Like, I drive to uni every day, and that's an hour each way. And then I'm driving all over the place, all the time, trying to get my life together. It's almost as if I search long enough and hard enough, I'm going to find happiness. No, I'm joking. I'm perfectly content and happy with my life. It's just funny how I'm still constantly driving around as if I've lost something. I'm just going to go and get a card. I did actually bring a card home with me while I was in Starbucks, because when I spoke to them, I wrote down the card number for the digital card, and that, but I didn't, and she said if you ring the customer care, and to give me the customer care number, she gave me a physical card, but it wasn't a nice one, so I've come to get a pretty one from them, because I didn't originally think that I would keep that one, hence why it didn't matter what it looked like. I only took it because it had the customer care number on it. But obviously now that I've decided that I want to change it to a different card, then I'll actually get one that I like. Okay, so I have officially picked up a couple of cards to choose from, but I have been made aware that this Starbucks doesn't really have the full range of designs to choose from, so I will look online and see if they distribute them online, so that I can get the perfect card. This sounds so fucking anal, doesn't it? Like, I'm literally on a quest for the perfect Starbucks loyalty card. Like, what kind of a freak am I? But to be honest, it is essential to have a gift card that you actually like, because otherwise you have this ugly card in your purse. And no one wants ugly stuff in their purse or their bag, do they? So I think it is important, and also because the Starbucks cards are really nice and well designed, and I feel like it's a shame that with such a high quality card that you don't actually like take full advantage of it by well, you know, getting one that you really like. Because although if you don't get one you like, you've still got a really nice one, you still haven't like taken full advantage. And it's a really nice high quality card, but it's not exactly how you want it to be, which means it's quite a little bit more of a shame, because it's a high, like, it's like you've missed out on something. So now I've got to sit in a queue because I've decided to go to Starbucks and make this whole endeavour at 3:38 school run time. So yeah, a little bit of promo here. I am drinking the peach green tea lemonade, which I have to say is really nice, but it tastes like you guys will know the mint sauce stuff that you get that you can put on lamb. And it tastes like that. Like, not saying that it's disgusting, because a lot of people really don't like that sauce, and I think this is really nice, and I do like that sauce. But this, it is sweet as well, but it's the mint tea, green tea part. Like, it tastes like sweet peach fruity, but then it also has the mint, the cool ice part that tastes like mint sauce a little bit, which is really odd, but also really cool. Like, it's a very odd flavour, but I find it really refreshing. So I'm definitely more of a Starbucks person now. Like, I won't put all my eggs in one basket, of course. I do have a loyalty card for Costa. And the main reason for that is because Costa has always been cheaper. But the other reason that I have maintained this loyalty card is because in Leamington there is a drive-through Costa attached to Morrison's, which is literally 5 minutes closer to my house than Sainsbury's. Not 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, but it's a drive-through, so I can do it really quick. Whereas the Starbucks is actually in Sainsbury's, so you actually have to park and go into the Sainsbury's superstore and then into Starbucks. Whereas the drive-through Costa is you go into Morrison's as if you're going to the fuel station, and then you just drive around the fuel station and then go into the drive-through, which is easier, of course. So that's why I maintain a Costa loyalty card. So yeah, there you have it. My coffee habits explained. Something I bet you always wanted to know about me is my coffee drinking habits. I think the only reason that I am making a fuss about this loyalty card thing is because I'm obsessed with loyalty cards. In my handbag I have this little decorative book with blank pages, and on it I glue, when you get those little paper cards that are loyalty cards that they stamp, and then when you've got so many they'll take it off you and give you a free whatever. I have glued them all in to a book to keep them safe, because I don't think they're quite worthy of going in my purse, because they're not permanent, but also because it's an excuse to not get rid of them, because once they're all full the person's going to have to cross through it with a marker rather than take the card away. So that means that I get to keep them, which is a bit weird, but I like it. And the ones that are scannable cards that have your balance on and are permanent, that they don't take away, they just earn you points, like Nectar cards, Tesco Club cards, coffee, the Costa Club card. Go. And the Starbucks card, I think I love. They're really important to me because they do exactly the same thing, and they are very much worthy of going in your purse. But I feel like it's very important that they look good, because a lot of people would treat it willy-nilly, oh, it's just a card, as long as I have it with me when I go to the whatever shop it is. But in reality, to me, it's like, well, that card, hopefully, as long as I don't lose it, break it, or have it stolen, fuck knows why it would be stolen, but lose it, break it, or whatever, I will have that card for life, and it will be forever my friend when buying coffee, because I have a weird mentality over that kind of thing. So this, whatever Starbucks card I choose, will be my permanent card. As for Costa, when I got my Costa card, there was only the one option and they all look the same, which means I am very much resolute in the fact that it's fine. But Starbucks, oh, Starbucks offered me such an amazing choice that I feel that I have to well, I feel that I have to choose the exact one that I'm going to always like. I must also apologise for this glare that keeps coming up behind me, and that is the car behind, who, for some insane reason, has got their high beam headlights on. And it's not even dark, and technically for me, yes, it's dark, but the visibility isn't bad. So I don't even have my full headlights on at the moment. I only have running lights, but for some reason the car behind thinks it's necessary to blind me with their high beams. But it's okay, because I'm turning down here now. Whew, thank God for that. They're gone. Okay, right. Anyway, I'm now going to go and explore. Oh, another flash of light. I'm going to go and explore the different Starbucks cards and the different options available to me, and I will also let you know in the event of anything else occurring today. I don't believe there is. I also have to apologise that I failed as a person today and yesterday, and that these two vlogs have been edited together. But that is just purely because I'm a little bit out of practice and I haven't made a video for a little while. So, apologies. So, since I've been back at home, I've been doing a bit of tidying up. I haven't really got very far because I have so much rubbish I need to take to the tip, but I didn't get home until after our tip closes because it closes really early. So I've kind of got like a lot of rubbish. Ignore the stuff down here, that's not rubbish, but that pile is a bit rubbish. And I've just been kind of organising my desk a little bit, so that's my desk in case any of you wanted to know. And that's that. I've had some toast. Me and James have watched the Grand Tour together. And I wanted to show you him in the jumper I bought when I was in Sainsbury's that I was telling you about. Okay, so this is James in his jumper. Do you like your jumper?
Yeah.
That's very mean. He does. He does like his jumper. So James is now prepared for the holiday season with a new woolly jumper. Like I was saying, he only had the one and it never gets worn. So
It's right there on the checks. I wore it yesterday.
yes, he wore it yesterday, but the thing about it is that's like the first time he's worn it in like months.
Unless you've not been winter.
Yeah, exactly. But now that it's winter, you've got a choice of a couple of jumpers to wear, because I really like you in them, but you only have the one. So now there's another one.